Atlanta News First starts now.
Man, oh man, is it a beautiful start to what's going to be a pretty nice week. All in all, 71 degrees, nice easterly breeze coming in, mostly sunny skies outside right now. We're going to hang out with sunshine through the day today. That low humidity is still in place. It will be a little bit warmer than yesterday, 78 degrees when you eat lunch. That's going to feel fantastic, even with highs in the mid 80s today. Again, the dry air, the low humidity is going to keep it very comfortable. Low 80s from Lakemont to Blairsville in the mountains, mid 80s, Metro Atlanta. Our hot spots, Edenton, LaGrange at 86 degrees. Now, have you noticed the kind of smoky, hazy skies over the last 2 days? Believe it or not, that's smoke from the Canadian wildfires. Today, I do not expect the air quality to be too bad, but tomorrow and Wednesday, we're going to see increasing smoke. We could get a code orange, which means that the super old, very young, and people that suffer from heart and lung disease might have to limit their time outside tomorrow. Here's what I'm talking about. Look at the smoke all the way up in Canada, jet stream bringing that smoke down into our area. As we head through the evening, you're going to notice the increasing haze, especially across East Georgia from the mountains down to Athens. And then look what happens tomorrow. That smoke really starts to increase through the afternoon. That's the reason I think it's going to be pretty hazy tomorrow. Temperatures will be in the mid 80s tomorrow, so no rain tomorrow. We may see a few showers on Wednesday to help wash some of that smoke out, mainly south of the city. Other than that, it looks pretty dry through the end of the week all in all. Well, in the week, in the upper 80s on Friday, could be the warmest day of the year. And then we're going to see the return of thunderstorms this weekend. 40% chance of rain on Saturday. I've increased Sunday to a 60% chance of rain. We may end up issuing a first alert weather day for Sunday just based on the thunderstorms, but I do not expect widespread severe weather this weekend. Ronnie Harris is here now. Looks really bad.